feeding a passion and a dream that this passion ain't going away. Unfortunately, I'm very stubborn, so I'll keep going. I'll keep pushing. If there, with this drop, and somebody wants a private investor or something, hey, shout out Mitch if you want to jump in with the Pugs. Like, I want to create something. I really, really do want to create something, and I'm not going anywhere from Theta. Or I'm not going to take that and depart. Again, I haven't used any of the money for anything else other than the project. This is the dream. This is the focus, and that's why I doubled down.
This week episode is brought to you by none of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona sauce? Too bad, only Nona decided who gets the sauce.
Hey, Pineheads, get ready to geek out because one of the biggest events in the Theta ecosystem is here. The Theta Hackathon, sponsored by Samsung Next. A longtime friend and investor of Theta, Samsung Next focuses on founders pursuing the imagined and impossible. There's a prize pool of over $250,000. Not only cash prizes, but prizes that are way more fun possibly than cash, like tickets to ThetaCon 2024 in Vegas this December. Submissions will be judged by executives from Theta Labs as well as representatives from Theta Partners, Samsung Next, and Google Cloud. From video platform integrations to generative AI models, smart contracts, subchains, gaming apps, the possibilities are endless. So mark your calendars, follow the hype, and join the revolution. Check out more details on prizes, rules, and judges at theta2024.devpost.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 9 of the Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, how's it going over there?
Not good, man. Not good. That psycho challenge, no bueno.
Yeah, what happened there? I feel like I was misled here.
All I know is I saw the clue. I couldn't figure out the scrambled kitchen water thing. I don't remember what that was. But then there was a puzzle piece that corresponded to the psycho snared, right? Like with him in the net. But then on Rob's stream, Rob said, okay, after the Betty Boop cartoon, and Rob's got a lot of stuff to say about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who was the grandpa? Grandpa Joe. He did.
Yep.
He has some really hot takes on Grandpa Joe. But Rob said, look, guys, I'm only going to tell you which one you need to keep because there's some confusion about the burn one. So I'm only going to tell you the ones you need to keep. And the only clue he gave was pick the one that is nearest and dearest to John Goodman. So I would assume the actor John Goodman, known for Arachnophobia. It's a turn of the century thriller comedy about these big spiders.
Yes, indeed. Is that a film that you've seen before?
Yes,
Or
I
no?
have.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
So no one told you that it was like you had to watch it?
No, like I think Rob's first clue for the first one he ever did on stream was like Rocky 3. I don't remember Rocky 3. So I had to go watch that. And then he said something like Mr. T. And so there's a scene in the beginning, I think, of Rocky 3, and he's holding Hulk Hogan. No, it was Hulk Hogan. Not Mr. T, sorry. Hulk Hogan was holding, was beating the crud out of Rocky. So that's the one you kept. I don't know what nearest and dearest is with Psycho and Annette. I'm getting a little, I know we talked about it, and after you made your choice and I told you what was burnt on the other one, you were like, oh no, I don't know if I made the right choice. But that was before I heard the John Goodman clue.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wasn't sure, but I mean, given the clue of keep the one nearest and dearest to John Goodman, I would have thought I had the right one, but I guess I didn't. But I would love to hear how the Psycho Snared is the right one to keep.
No.
No.
Yeah, how is that the right one to keep? And then two, Rob's tweet. I'm not picking on Rob. I just don't get it because I'm upset. I'm out of the Zots challenge.
And dude, that's legit disturbing because I am now a big fan of Zots.
Yeah, what could have been?
Thanks to you.
You're welcome. But he shows the picture of Psycho and the spider, right?
Yeah.
Last week he showed the picture of Psycho in the sewer, like that Shawshank thing that now people are going to make me watch after that episode. I've been getting freaking savaged on that. So I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but maybe we can get some answers. But I do know that as we record today, July 15th. I know that mid-July was a big date for the Pines. Do we have any further information on that?
So the 17th, they said they need to be off by the 17th. So that would be Wednesday, American Wednesday, right?
Yes.
I don't think I saw a time. Also, I don't know how they're doing it because a few weeks ago, Rare was like, "Hey, Mags, can you up?" Because I've been working the token allocations
Yeah.
in the tiers,
Yeah.
and I've been telling people I can't tell you what the tiers are because it's going to change until it goes by. So I don't know if this is the plan because I'm just the guy who did the spreadsheet. If it says the 17th, I would assume that that's not when people are getting the coins unless they do it later that day because all the pines have to be open by a certain date and then they have to be transferred obviously too, so maybe they have to be open and transferred by then. But once the thing goes, once that, hey, don't open any more cans, or like if you open them you're not going to get any coins for it, right? So I don't know, I'm a little confused myself.
Yeah, but I think, the point being is just like some of these redeemables where people wait until like 12:58 p.m. New Year's Eve to do a redeemable and realize that, oh, no one's here to do my redeemable right now. Why wait till the last minute? If you haven't done it already, what are you waiting for? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, yes, it took me a few times of being told, like pretty much everything in my life, I got to be told a few times to do it.
Sure.
I try not to let that happen, but in this instance, it did happen, and thankfully, I was told again, maybe for the third or fourth time, and I was like, all right, you know what? I got to do it. I just got to do it, and it's not like it's hard, you know. If you have a MetaMask set up and you have it whitelisted, it's not hard at all. So, if you haven't done it yet, I would be scurrying today
Well,
because
and two, it takes a day for that whitelist.
that's a fact.
So, I mean, I would do it as soon as you could. I don't know what the exact time cutoffs are, but if you can't get it whitelisted in time, you might have to reach out to a buddy, do the 10T fuel $1 trick sale, and have them move it off, I guess. Right?
Oh, look at you with the workaround. Yeah,
I am always looking at an angle at all the angles and squares and
you're
such.
absolutely right. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't have your T Fuel account whitelisted, send it to me. I'll buy them all for 10 T Fuel.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Well, listen, I'm sure that people are going to be so disappointed that this is the end of our segment, but
No, they're
to be
not.
honest, probably not. But dude, we had finally, I feel like this is a finally occurrence. One of the OGs from Theta Drop, been in the game since the beginning.
The
So
OG holdout,
the
let's say.
the Shawshank Redemption of your NFT collection.
That rhymes. Sorry.
But yeah, no, we had HGH on, got to come talk about his project to date, little bit into the future of the project, and a lot about him. And you get to hear that.
After these messages.
This week's episode of Poppin' Mags is proudly sponsored by Pog Digital, an interoperable, universal gaming ecosystem officially created by the World Pog Federation. The game you collect has entered the digital era. Learn more at pogdigital.com.
Pop is poppin' and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Max Podcast.
All right, here we are with one of the Theta Drop OGs. Met him at ThetaCon 21. Been trying to get him on the show since back then. Our boy HGH, Winston's father.
What's up, everybody? Thanks so much, Sheriff Mags. Thanks for having me here. It's been a long time coming, and yeah, I remember that conversation. It's been in the back of my mind, so I'm just happy to be here.
We
Well,
Hopper, we had
yeah.
we had to do a lot of HGH corners to get this to
Yeah.
happen, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we did drop quite a few of them in there.
Yeah, had to call the secretary and had to make the make the time to come down. No, really, it's just been head down, keeping the head down and working. But like I said, really been wanting to come by and finally reached out and like, hey, we got some downtime. Thought I'd jump in and just hang out with y'all.
Well, we definitely appreciate it. We're definitely one of those guys that has been active since inception, basically, one of the original drops, and still continues. And, obviously, when we made this thing, I didn't know that there was something else coming up, but I just saw on Theta Drop here recently a new drop coming underwater, or what is it? The
Oh, the aquatic edition, yeah.
aquatic edition. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just by chance. Okay, so that wasn't on purpose or anything like that. We've been going back and forth with Theta Drop, and there's some prerequisites that you have to make, and yeah, so we've been working on it for a little while, and it just so happened, when I reached out to you guys, maybe like a week later, they're like, hey, hi. Yeah, HGH, you ready for a drop? And I was like, whoa, well, this is kind of nice. We got I'm going to be on Poppin' Mags here soon. And we just so happened to have it. So yeah, super blessed and happy that it kind of lined up like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I just is this your artwork? That are you the drawer here, the pixel guy?
No, so there's actually a couple people that I worked with for a while, and so I have a team. It's rather big, and I've worked with them for maybe 3 years or so. So the ideas kind of like come from me and all the QA and whatnot. But the artwork itself is from part of my team. Yeah, so there's actually a couple of different people alongside with like my devs and stuff that do the game.
Nice. So I'm just kind of looking through these.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
quite a few that look pretty cool. Do you have a favorite one in this batch? I mean, I know that's probably like asking who's your favorite kid.
Yeah, I know. I love them all. That's not a good answer. I would say I would say that out of this batch, the the one that's a little different this time around is the angler pug, just
Yeah.
because it kind of throws it off a bit. The pug aspect kind of goes away a little bit. But I would say that one, I know it's a common, right? It's not as rare as the others, but I kind of wanted to introduce that for the first time and just see how people take it, experiment, and if people like that, right? As we go into like pugs that are from different lands and they're maybe you know, a little more tailored to that specific biome, just like the angler pug is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's funny because some of these common ones, like they're all really cool, to be honest with you. I like them all. I'm kind of surprised that the T drop pug isn't the legendary.
Yeah, I there's actually a reason for it. So, like Theta and T Fuel are like the legendaries from the past, and so we also have. I kind of wanted to go through I guess the rarity. So like T drop would be epic, and then rare. We have Theta TV. So I kind of wanted to give them their own levels, right? Like just so they kind of have that separation. If you want to collect them all, maybe in the future. I'm not saying, just saying you might need to hold, one of each category. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yeah, not saying, just saying. Yeah, famous words.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, no, I actually I was I was kind of there's a lot that's kind of going on right now. You got your new staking site set up. You got these puggies right coming out.
Mhm.
That you can purchase with the token that you can earn from holding your pugs.
Yeah.
And then you also got those, what are they, the potion, what are those potions
Oh
called?
yeah.
Oh, the
The
yeah, the
level
level
up.
up potions. And you can level up like through these challenges.
Mhm.
And obviously, I don't think there's too much information out there about what these are. Can we get any insight into these V2 pugs?
Yeah, I could give a little bit. So the okay, so we have this staking site, right? So your battle pugs, for those listening may not know, on Theta Drop, you can stake them on the staking.battlepug.com platform. And then from that, at that point, you earn points. And there's a shop, there's a leaderboard. You can check out your collections there and whatnot. And you can, purchase either these puggies, which are just collectibles, something fun to keep continuing to push the brand. But the level up potions kind of, go from like a pixel to like a 2D. And so those 2D versions are kind of like the next iteration and the next step into what we want to do. And so there is a purpose for the V2s. And as we continue to go on, as you guys know, and I don't know if we'll talk about a little bit later, we have our like metaverse side. And so we have that with the sandbox. And so the V2s, I want to like push it as we continue on and go into something more Theta specific, right? On the Theta blockchain. So getting the foundations for the characters is really what this is. You're seeing them come to life from that pixel to the next step. And then as we get, further on later into a different type of, you might see these come alive. That's as much as I can say, but there's a reason for them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I appreciate that. And it felt a little bit like going out on a limb with
Mhm.
these. I didn't
Mhm.
have that many. I was able to get some level up potions.
Yeah.
But I did go out on a limb and I have the V2 for Theta and T Fuel Pug.
Nice. You earned those through the site?
Well, I earned some level up potions
Mhm.
through my staking. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
able to purchase them.
Mhm.
I did. You also have giveaways in your
Yep.
Discord, and I think a gold tier, whatever it was, whatever
Yeah.
tier. I happened to win a level up potion with CWB.
Mhm.
Shout out back in the few months ago, and I just kind of like I've been saving them. I was saving them up, and I know that I'm not going to get all of the V2, so I was kind of saving my ammo, and I was like, all right, I gotta go out on a limb here with Theta Pug and get that V2. And then I was like, all right, now since I have that one, I gotta hold on to my level ups, and I don't know when T Fuel's coming out, and he came out recently, so I grabbed that one too.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. It's by design how we do that, and we know that not everybody's going to be able to get them all, but that's kind of like the fun of it too. Like, okay, hey, here's you got a time frame, and here's like a quarter. We do seasons on the shaking site every 3 months to kind of let you have this selection, this 6 or 7 options, and you kind of go and you pick the one you like the most, and again as we continue on, you'll see what goes on with that part, with the V2 specifically.
Yeah, this is your collections they're very addictive, and I mean, there's a lot of other ones that are as well, but yours in a little bit of a different way because it's
Mhm.
almost like collecting baseball cards, right? You like
Mhm.
you get a pack and you get certain cards in it and you try to get the whole set because there's a bunch of each card that it's feasible to get one of each,
Mhm.
right? Unlike like pineapples, for instance, no one's going to collect them all. Like they're all different, right? They're all generative. You can't, every single one is unique. But with these ones, it's like, oh, there's 100 of these ones. So I could find a way to get them all. And for a while I was trying that. And then, man, I think it was maybe the one of the like the monsters one. I can't remember what it was called, but
The Halloween
it,
probably.
yeah, maybe the Halloween,
Okay.
but yeah, no, but they're addicting, and I'll be honest. I have all of the puggies so far. I've bought every single one, and I plan on like I use that's what I use my points on, right? So the
Mhm.
points gather up. You spend the first one on the potion guys because that's the biggest discount when the thing resets,
Mhm.
and then you buy the puggies.
Yeah, it's again like by design. I really myself, like kind of growing up, you see Pokemon and people kind of have multiple, there you see two Pikachus or there's different, Charmanders and whatnot. And like you said, baseball cards. Like for me, it was always being able to have a collection of something. And that is like you said, right. That was the point of it. I, whatever we make here, like I personally, see it as like something that I would want to collect. So yeah, we create these, created them with the intention of like, hey, you want this whole collection and theme, and guess what? You'll be rewarded for it. We'll give you a special role on Discord, and go from there. You want to get the Halloween ones? We'll push that direction, and so yeah, it was just it was by design to have fun. I think for me, at the forefront has always been have fun, and then from there we'll create your games and your staking and whatnot.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And this was definitely set up in a fun way. I'm pretty sure that Mags, before Pineapples came out, I kept on bugging him, being like, dude, these pugs,
Yep.
for real. Like it was pug life early. And I'm sure he got sick of hearing me talk about the pugs.
I did.
Dude, they were $9.99 when they dropped. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
I was up hitting buy as quick as I could.
yeah, it was just like when I got Unicrypto NFTs. It took me a while to listen to you. Probably wish I didn't, but it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been fun. HGH, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that all right? Yeah, my name's on the Pinecast too. I don't know, so forgive my ignorance. I don't know your story. Like, how did you get into this? How did you get into Theta? Is there a story for us, possibly?
Yeah, there is. Actually, I don't really get to tell it too much. On stream, it's like we got like a certain, schedule. Okay, we're gonna talk about A, B, C, and D, or we're gonna play games. So yeah, I can go ahead and kind of give you the backstory. So
Would love that.
I was initially introduced to Theta by watching Digital Dave. I was in the stock market, kind of playing with a few stocks, and then I kind of got wind of crypto, and then got wind of Theta via Digital Dave's videos, and I was like, this is kind of interesting. The idea of Theta, and then he started mentioning Theta TV, and so at the time, I'm just like, what is this Theta TV thing? Clicked it, clicked the link that they had, and I was like, wow, it's like a Twitch or whatnot, right? You can stream in just a game, and so that's kind of how it started. I initially jumped on Theta TV. Within like a day, I fell in love with Theta TV, but also the people, and so just I was hanging out in the chat, just talking, and then somebody ended up giving me a stream key, and then I ended up streaming. And so, just like everybody else, right? You start from nothing. One, I think the one was me on my cell phone, just trying to have that number as self motivation, like, hey, you can do it. And it took a while, and yeah, I just kind of slowly built off of that, and it just kind of grew.
Wa-
Yeah.
Was there a focus on the streaming when you
The-
started, or
Yeah, it was really focused on the streaming first, right? I've always kind of liked gaming and I wanted to do the Twitch thing, and it was focused on the streaming in the beginning, and then I became kind of over time a partner streamer with Data TV, and then the opportunity came with the Battle Pugs.
but the pugs, as a dog, have some significance to you?
Yeah, actually, that's another. It's funny. A lot of my project is call it by chance or fate or whatever. So I would stream, and during my streams, of course, I have Winston around, and at the time I didn't have a really good mic, so it'd pick up the background noise, and Winston would bark, and I'd bring him on stream just to kind of so he could say hi because he's making a bunch of ruckus back there. And at some point, it just kind of started, bringing up a number. I'm like, Winston Gregory, the 75th normally is where it landed. I'm like, not too upset, but not too, I'm not too happy about it. And that's really where Winston Gregory, the 75th, the Battle Pugs was born, literally off the stream, because he kept barking in the background and people loved
Oh my
Winston.
God.
So yeah, it's funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of half kidding when I said Winston's father, but I find myself in the situation now where like I coach my son's little league team, right? And I'm hanging around. I help with T-ball, so it's like I know a lot of the kids, and it's like, oh, there's Luke's parents, like Luke's mom, Luke's dad. Like that's how I end up like I don't like a lot of the parents' names don't stick in my head. So it's always like, oh, the kid's, I know the kid. It's funny. So that's why I said Winston's father.
Oh no,
I definitely didn't pick up on that.
he's
You
my
would.
kid. He's my. I don't have kids, so he's like my kid. I have Winston and then a little terrier mix, Luna. But yeah, he's like my boy. Yeah, for sure. So that's a compliment. Yeah.
So yeah, all right, so you came on Theta TV, and I definitely remember, playing marbles, playing some of the what was it, joke bot? I
Uh,
forget what that was called.
yeah. It's been a while now. Yeah, it's basically like a trivia game.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Mhm.
that was fun. So now you are still streaming, right? Where are you streaming now?
Yeah, I've it's a little less than it was before. I've been doing it recently on X. I've tried and I kind of finally figured it out on how to stream there. But I've been streaming on that platform primarily. I tried YouTube the other day, but I just X is kind of where all the data fam is, a lot of the crypto lovers. So I just I'm kind of converting over there. So the last time I streamed was a couple of days ago, and we just kind of bounce around, metaverse and just normal games, things like that.
Right. So HGH stands for Highs Gaming Hub, right? So
Correct.
you're a gamer, right? You've been gaming for a
Y-
while?
Yeah, the gaming aspect. Well, there's another long story here, and again, I don't get to tell these stories too much. And kind of growing up, I had a young parent, so I've always gamed, and it was like my therapy for me. It was my comfort, and I had a little sister, but it's just I stayed to the games, and kind of growing up, that became something that just stuck with me. And it's kind of funny because it kind of connects to the whole streaming thing. I started streaming because I felt like there might be other people that felt like maybe alone, like, you can find friends online a little bit easier, because I was always alone, mom was working, dad was working, and so I kind of found comfort in the gaming and kind of, started streaming to actually bring those people like, "Hey, anybody else just home chilling and not," maybe they have a family, right, but they just want some entertainment of some sort, and maybe they don't have anybody to hang out with. That, so that's kind of another part of my story on why I even started streaming. I wanted to bring that love, and when I created a group of people that just can hang out with each other. And actually the name Highs Gaming Hub was well, I played World of Warcraft. My name is High Druid, so it just Highs Gaming Hub kind of came in, but also worked because HGH is like a human growth hormone. But I also in my channel want to grow with, we grow together as humans. So it's kind of like it all, everything I do has a double meaning to it, if you really pay attention. And every image has like some little thing, like everything has an Easter egg or something behind it. Yeah, story.
Was there any feelings about when Theta TV went away, like what you're gonna do or this sucks?
Oh man, I don't. I should have known that we were going to bring that up. But yeah, man, it kind of hurt a little bit when they did. I know at the time, I personally was laying off a little bit just because of the project items. So between IRL, real stuff, real life, and the project, I kind of laid off a little bit, but I was still streaming, and it did hurt because you build off of. You build a whole community on a website, a platform, and not all that website follows you, to
Sure.
into the Discord or into Twitch or wherever you go. So yeah, I kind of felt it, and I know I'm sure that the data team is gonna hear this, but I wish it would have been like maybe limit, maybe partner streamers or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too selective, but maybe a certain criteria where they opened up 5 channels or something where we can kind of
There was
go.
some bad actors on there though too,
Mm,
like scam stuff going. There was some stuff going on there, especially when there was like incentives for I don't Papa. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I'm saying,
When
like, you were a real streamer on there.
Right.
And I know, like, Rob Feldman, friend of the Pinecast, he's talked about it too. He's over on, was it Bolt Plus TV, Bolt TV Plus, TV Plus, but one of the combinations of those three words. And he was like, he had like thousands of followers on there. I'm sure you had a lot too. And then it's tough to replicate that on a new platform, especially when the market that you were in before when you started was a lot bigger, and then it's gone a bit lower, a lot lower. Um, just NFTs and crypto in general, like trending downwards for the most part, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and it is like and people also came by because they love Theta. That's the biggest thing. They love Theta and they were
Yep.
earning T Fuel. So it makes sense that they would come and hang out. And now if they go to Twitch or X, I mean the incentive was the bonus of getting T Fuel and now it's not there. So like the real hardcore, individuals that are your community will stay, and then others may once in a while jump in, and then others just kind of fall off. It's just what happens. So yeah,
Yep.
to answer the question, yes, it sort of it hurt for a little bit, and I felt bad, and it took me a little while to get over it, but I understand why, right? And money wise, but I just
Sure.
maybe like a little bit of a warning because I mean I was a partner streamer and I really didn't get like too much of a lead time of like, hey, we're gonna close up 3 months from now. It was a little bit shorter fuse, but they did just let
Yeah.
us know it was just a shorter fuse.
Yeah. And I wasn't trying to get to air any dirty laundry.
Mhm.
Just hey, like you. That's how I think even though Popper told about the NFTs, like you were always doing something on Theta TV,
Mhm.
and I always would get the alerts or whatever. So it's just weird. Like you, Rob, Theta Zilla Club were very active on that platform. So it is what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you definitely always made your streams fun. All right, guys, you're level 5. Get your torches out. We're going into the main room here. And then you always like, hide under the desk and like, come up and your
Yeah.
sunglasses on.
Yeah. It was a whole show, and I think that's why I got in the fields a little bit, but I understand business wise why they would have done it is just if Mitch is listening, want to open up a channel for me or something, I'll stream, like it's just one of those. I don't think they will, but it's just, that feeling that you get. So, but regardless, it's it happens and you move on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It would be nice maybe we can make a little bit of noise and get that to happen because honestly, some of the better streamers on there, you guys were out there like raising awareness for Theta. You always had a segment where you were just kind of going over the analytics of what the network is doing and just a little bit of price talk, not too
Mhm.
deep into it if there's any new partnerships, but really just like if someone's stopping by for the first time and seeing it, like they're learning about Theta, and
Mhm.
you're able to get a little like, I mean, I'll tell you, like, I got into Theta TV way too late because for the 2 years or whatever that I did it, I got like point 0.8 T fuel or something nonsense. Like every once in a while, I'd win
Yep.
a crate and like I'd get lucky and get 1 T fuel out of it. You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely wasn't there winning a bunch of T fuel, but it was still a great community place, like you said, to just kind of go hang out, be able to interact easily with others. Like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, data specific community, and yeah, the people that I got weren't always the same people, but you're right too. I At the beginning I would always like bring up, oh, welcome to Data, and bring up the site, and here's what's going on. I go to my games, but yeah, that was I felt like it was my duty, as a streamer there, and them giving me the platform, like, hey, come hang out with us, see what we're all about. So I always made it a point to to bring that up and promote them. And you're also right with the marketing. It is a form of marketing as well. That we're out there and just people are coming in to take a peek, and we're like, even just talking a little bit about the price point and what it is, right, is enough. Even if they watch for 1 minute, is enough to kind of maybe get them interested. Just like how I got interested because of Digital Dave watching a video. It took 2 minutes, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick around and watch the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now, I mean, speaking of gaming, obviously, I'd like to dig into this a little bit because I don't fully know. I know that you got big time into sandbox, metaverse. You've got a game currently not fully built, but still playable.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know, we're in the sandbox metaverse, and we started with one experience, kind of like the main town, the main hub, and through these portals you go into different biomes, right? Different parts of the land. And so the recent game was like our water biome, Battle Pugs, the tides of change. And so yeah, it's like an experience more so like maybe um it's when you think of metaverse, it's not like a game in the sense of like a Elder Scrolls or like a World of Warcraft yet. At least it's not at think of like early stages of Minecraft or like Roblox. That's kind of what the sandbox is. They're kind of building up, opening mobile at the end of the year. So high five to them. But yeah, you have this experience, so you can just jump into the world. That's the idea, where you can be an avatar or a battle puck, which that will come. I guess that's a spoiler there. We'll have our avatars within the sandbox, but you'll you can go into the world yourself and be that battle pug. You can look at the the castle, explore with yourselves, family, kids, or whatnot, and just be in the story yourself. And that's kind of what we're doing with the metaverse, and kind of growing with it. And I understand it's not like complete, like you said, right? It's not like the games are complete in the sense of the experiences are good. You can jump in there. There's like maybe a bug or two, but we fix them. But it's just not in the normal sense of a video game. It's more like an experience you're enjoying, and you're trying to be part of the universe that we're building in Web3.
So, being a gamer, I know that I'm pretty sure I heard you say in the past, like you had basically prophesied this, that someday you were going to build a game.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I love it. You guys keep touching those buttons, and I don't get to tell these things. So there's another one. Yeah, my mom said that when I was like, what was it, like 5 or 6 years old? Because again, I would play games, like I mentioned. She said that I turned around to her and said, "Mom, I'm gonna make a game. I'm going to be in a game, and I'm going to have a game." And she just thought I was doing like, just kid talk and just talking just to, say whatever. And she just kind of shrugged it off. But when I started opening the experience in the game, well, really not the brand, she kind of didn't understand it. But when I started having the game, she kind of, she ended up, feeling really emotional, and started crying over the phone because I was telling her what I was doing, because she remembered that those words of me telling her that I'm going to make a game. And that's where I had brought that up. I think I had just briefly brought it up to maybe during a stream or whatnot. Yeah. So I was just a small kid, and I guess it stuck with me because I'm here now. We are actually building games and have a brand that's, family friendly too. Everyone can come in and enjoy.
I'm just here waiting, but I didn't want to take over Mags if he was going to pop in here.
What?
All right. So I mean, so looking back to that, and this child gamer of yours, like, is this game within the metaverse that you're building? Like, is this the fulfillment? Is this what you kind of had in mind back in the day? Is this the kind of game that you as a kid would want to play?
I think for me, this is like it's a little bit different, right? The metaverse and that coming up, we know the metaverse was getting thrown around, the word just when at the same time that NFTs were kind of getting tossed there. I wouldn't say it's the end all. I think that it's a stepping stone. That's how I look at it. Like, I open up these experiences, get people in there, let them see the real world. And as we continue to build on the brand, things like merch and whatnot, then starts to come real. The game itself, my vision, and as we continue, is to build something specifically, like on the Theta blockchain, right? I don't mention it a lot because it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of money for people that know, building games and whatnot. Getting the renders of these 3D models, it takes a bit. And so I keep trucking along. I take it step by step, and things just seem to line up for me, and call it faith, the destiny or whatnot. And things like Theta's recent sketch, what is it, image to 3D or whatnot, so things like that. My images, or my character is the foundation of what I'm building. actually goes well with this, right? And being able to cut down prices. It's kind of like a Theta shout out, for what they're building there. I know it's still early, but those things end up helping even me to build these things that I can only imagine, right? I'm not Google, right? I'm not a huge entity. I'm a person with a passion and just a creator of a brand, and just so it happens that the thing that the fuel is you guys, and I just want to see this world built, and I just take it one step at a time, and that when I put my business hat on, right, the founder, the CEO hat, that's how I look at it. You know what, let's go ahead and tackle this task, knock it out. Next up, okay, metaverse, cool, got it. What's the next step? All right, we want to build on the blockchain Theta. Okay, what's the plan here? And so we just take it step by step, but not the end all. I wouldn't say the end all is what we have right now.
Okay.
We're just getting started.
That's I love to hear that. And yeah, I mean, obviously, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And I feel like in this space especially, there's a instant gratification desire for the majority of the community, right? It's like, oh,
Say it ain't so.
No.
Stop.
We've never encountered anything like that.
Not once. First I'm hearing about it.
But
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you've been chugging right along now. It's an eternity in NFT and crypto years, coming up on 3 years, right? When was your drop? Was September, October 21?
Yep, it was October. So yeah, coming up on the 3rd.
Wow. So that'll be 3 years. And still plugging away, still got the challenges going, still doing airdrops, still, and honestly, like, there's not too many new drops that would come out where I'd be like, all right, let me get involved here. But it's like, I'm like, man, be nice to get a couple of them pugs, not throw them in there, earn some more staking from. These are just going to stake like the other ones, just based on their rarity,
right? Yeah. So they're going to stake just the same. And the incentive with the drop itself too, and I'm kind of adding it there for, for people that maybe they're just interested in a ThetaCon ticket, they want to go to ThetaCon. So we kind of throw those little incentives in there we want you guys to, join in, and maybe there's a person that's never heard of Battle Pugs on the podcast that never thought of joining the community. And so we want to, throw at least the possibility, the chance of earning something else while trying to get a Battle Pug, and then joining the Discord. And then that's when you see, right? That's when you really see what the community and what we have. A lot of it is on Discord now, not on Theta TV, right? Or on the occasional stream on X.
Theta TV mentioned too soon. So, I don't know. You've listened to the show a little bit, right?
I have. Yeah. The tens of tens.
Yeah. So like Popper's story, going back to when he told me about it, me and Popper, we're kind of like, I don't know, oil and vinegar. I'm like a contrarian, and I don't know. But so when he first told me about Battle Pugs, I was like, I'm not getting into it. It was like the whole NFT thing. And I've just been stubborn, and I don't have any. But I am pre-funded for this next one, just so you know, because we also have this thing where we have guests on, and then we purchase the NFTs if we don't, and that's been pricey. But all that to say is, just because I haven't really dived into Battle Pugs doesn't mean I don't love what you're doing. And most of the episodes we've had with different creators, they're gone. They're all gone. Not everyone, but a lot of them. A lot of them that we thought were really good stuff. So I think that's just awesome that you're still in the community, Popper. That's why we love doing HGH Corner. Just like Popper's got some little update. I was like, yeah, let's hear it. So I think that's really cool, and I just don't want you to take any offense that I haven't like dipped in, because there's so much stuff out there too. And I think I felt like Popper, where when I introduced Popper to Bitcoin and he didn't want to take it, and then he regretted it afterwards, right, Pop?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I get it, right? There's that feeling in NFTs too, and definitely in the beginning, like, I got this flag and I got the pineapple flag, and there we go, And so people they do pick sides sometimes, and I think I don't hold it against you or whatnot, and I have heard you guys bring up the shouting out the Battle Pugs, and so I thank you guys so much. And again, I don't say too much because I'm always working. The team knows, everybody knows I always got something going on. That 3 years has been like heads down 3 years. If you think about what we've done, the staking, all the drops, right? We've sold out every single time. And it's because, the community's behind what we do. I don't keep the money. I don't buy a Tesla or a watch. I don't care for that. It's, I have my money, and I use that for my own things, and the Battle Pugs is for the Battle Pugs. So, I'm here to stay. And another thing for people to know, I'm a vet, or a military, or a Navy vet. And so I was in logistics specialist, and now I'm an operations manager. So I deal with things like this, like operation of my Battle Pugs, kind of the same thing. I work at a nonprofit clinic. It kind of ties into how you work with things. And again, is what I'm trying to say is I'm here to stay, and everything that I do, like, or that I get from like drops like this, it goes strictly to this project, and we'll continue to grow. I don't for me, I feel like we just started, and I hope that people like like yourself, other people try to at least have the opportunity to go pre-fund and jump into the drop and just see. You get that one Battle Pug, you come into the Discord, you can verify yourself the Theta Connect, and then you go with other pug lovers and just give it a chance, and you'll see what's going on behind the scenes.
Can't wait.
Honestly,
I don't get one. I'm gonna have to buy one anyway, Pop. Off the secondary.
I just had a light bulb go off, Mags. Pugs is your Shawshank Redemption.
I had that light bulb too. Actually, I didn't want to bring it up, but thank you.
So if you didn't catch last week, Mags won't watch Shawshank Redemption because too many people told him it was a good movie, and he didn't find it on his own.
Yo, Max,
Right.
the funny thing, I'm just like you, because people tell me at work, you haven't watched, X movie or Y movie, and I'm like, no, and they would bug me like every week, just like, hey, you haven't watched what was it, like Idiocracy or some other movie, like you haven't watched it. I'm like, nope, sorry. And it the more they tell me, the more I don't want to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But sometimes like there's something like that, and then it will just pop on the TV. Back on the day when stuff just popped on the TV on its own, right? It would pop on and be like, oh, this is kind of cool. But like, I wasn't pressured. I just found it. I wasn't seeking it out. But yeah, the more they like, I love recommendations for new shows and stuff like that. But man, something about the movie recommendations that I have to, it just sends me flying. And Theta York and Jordan Bain basically are going to force me to watch Shawshank. So thanks, Pop Pop.
Good job, Pop.
It's a good movie. I mean, listen, it's not in my top 5. It's not like you have to watch this movie.
It's high though, I think.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I've seen gooder though.
It's true. There is gooder movies out there than that. I don't know how we where we went
It's
off
gone.
track there to end up that way.
That was you, Popper, this time.
Oh, well, because you were talking about, yeah, because you didn't want to buy into Pugs because I
Yes,
talked
I
about it
got
too much.
it.
I'm just trying to backtrack to see where we
I
came
know.
off the train tracks.
Yeah, you just saw the correlation.
Correct.
Yes, right.
So HGH, bring us back to October 2021. Drop the night of drop number 1, and just the feeding frenzy that happened right in front of your eyes when these things just went like hotcakes immediately. What was going through your head?
Well, to like creating the battle pugs themselves was again the idea of Winston coming on stream, and I was a huge gamer, so like that medieval fantasy genre and my pug just smashed together. That's how this battle pugs thing began. So when we initially had them on Theta drop, that first was surreal, right? Like, oh, I got a drop up there next to Katy Perry or whatnot. So that one was exciting. Of course I told my mom, but when the selling started happening and I saw that they were sold out, but not only just sold out, they were moving, like I couldn't read fast enough. And so my emotions were really high. I honestly, and I don't think I mentioned this before because the first day that I streamed on Theta TV, after that stream, I got really emotional. I kind of started crying because I kind of you find that something you're calling, I guess is what I can say. It's the same thing when it dropped and I saw it started everyone, you know, purchasing in those pucks. They were excited, and I don't know if it was the NFT hype or they just really loved it, but to me it felt like I got emotional again. I'm like, wow, like people really love this. Like maybe there is a chance to make this dream a reality. And it was a whirlwind of emotions. I can say that. And again, like I was saying, I couldn't read anything. I couldn't talk. I know I was live while it was happening, and I was really speechless. And so I think I always fall back to that community and say thank you guys. Just like the streaming, the only reason I come back is because of you guys. And I know I might not be doing as many podcasts as I would like, so hey, maybe I'll have to come back here. And I don't do a lot of marketing in the sense of like doing other things other than my stream, but I really love hanging out with everybody. I can't say it enough that you guys are the foundation of everything. And you're really, every time you guys jump into a stream or jump into, the funding or pre-funding of these drops or whatnot, it's like feeding a passion and a dream that, this passion ain't going away. Unfortunately, I'm very stubborn. So I'll keep going. I'll keep pushing. If they're, with this drop and somebody wants a private investor or something, hey, shout out Mitch if you want to jump in with the pugs. Like I want to create something. I really, really do want to create something, and I'm not going anywhere from Theta. Or I'm not going to take that and depart. Again, I haven't used any of the money for anything else other than the project. It's this is the dream. This is the focus. And that's why I double down, like the puggies and the level ups. If you look at it, it's a smart business move because it's doubling down on the brand. I'm not changing anything. It's the brand on the brand on the brand. So for the business heads out there, you're like, yeah, it makes sense. I want to one day, get a data blockchain game, go into Web 2 to onboard people onto Web 3. That's where people, it's not like exclusive to Web 3. We should be bringing them in and onboarding them over and showing them like what this Web 3 thing is. It's like make a good game and then the tokenomics on top of it, not tokenomics on top of a game, because you just get people that get rug pulled.
Make a game one wants to play, and then just integrate the other stuff afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my thought process as well. And I know we're doing the metaverse thing and whatnot. This is just the beginning. Those relationships open up, and once we go mobile, that's other people. I've seen people from Australia. Like there's analytics to the sandbox game. People come in and they're opening up to the battle pugs, right? It's because that is a way of marketing on in the metaverse in using the sandbox. I could put Pop and Mag's billboard on in my game, right? That's part of the metaverse where it just like rotates with a QR code, and everyone that jumps into my game can scan that. So that's kind of part of it, right? I mean, I could go deeper and deeper into the metaverse portion and whatnot, but yeah, it's a dream, and I hope that people can see that it is a passion. And yeah, it's been 3 years, but I hope they're not sick of me because I'll be here another 3 and more. Yes.
I'm sold, Popper. How about you? I think
Yeah,
Popper's already sold. He's been sold since
yeah,
day
no, for
one.
sure.
Since day
Yeah,
one.
I've been in it from day one, and really happy that I have been because it's been enjoyable, man. And like you said, it is a fun experience. The pugs are fun. They look cool. They're Winston. We got to see him on the stream a few times. It's fun that it's like based on your little dude over there. So it's a lot cool.
Really cool.
Now before we get a little bit farther, I want to backtrack a bit back
Yeah.
to the drop. You brought it up. There's a chance to win DataCon tickets.
Yeah.
Can you explain how that works?
Yeah, so there's going to be 3 different ways to get DataCon tickets. So there's 3 tickets. We broke it up in this way so it can be fun for everybody involved. So there's going to be an auction, and if you've seen it on Theta Drop, it's the Kingdom Below. So there's 10 individuals, right? The 10 top individuals are going to be able to get this NFT, but the first place will also be able to get a DataCon ticket. So that's one way. The second way is randomly in a pack. So if you're pre-funded and you get a pack, well, I don't know if you're going to want to trade that when there's a ThetaCon ticket. I think the value is like $600. That could be in that pack, right? Another incentive to not only pre-fund but open up the pack. So
They call that Wonka in, I think,
yeah,
in the
and it's fun.
business.
Yeah, it's funny because the golden ticket is actually if you take a peek at it, it's the W for like in our own way, like Winston, right? W Winston. So I have a golden ticket that looks it pays homage to the Willy Wonka. Yeah. Yeah, and the third way is for those really big collectors, and the challenge will be called the Battle Pugs Aquatic Edition Completionist. So the first person to complete the entire set, basically, you get a ThetaCon ticket, and some people are already going to do that. It's just incentivizing them to collect, and so 3 different ways in those ThetaCon tickets. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of people that can't really afford to do that, right? Maybe because of the other costs with accommodations and whatnot. Well, here you go. There's an opportunity for you to get a ticket and enjoy the happy hour and being able to jump into data team speaking and with the Zilly Awards or whatnot. There's a whole bunch of stuff that comes in within that ticket. So good luck.
Am I going on a ledge saying you're attending ThetaCon this year?
Yeah. This year, I didn't go last year. I had a couple things going on, but this year I was like, you know what, we're gonna make it happen. And when they announced that it was Vegas, I was like, oh, cool. I live in Southern Cali, so it's not that far of a drive, a couple hours. So I'll definitely be there this time. I'm already prepping with all the merch, all the goodies. I actually, I haven't mentioned this. So, working on the little battle pugs like a Winston Gregory, the 75th plushie. So, like to again push the brand out. I want to create something really really unique here. So yeah, all that stuff is being created and is in production as we speak to prepare for that. And we should have a little booth there.
That's awesome. Hey, you have a following of people that are going to go after all of these pugs too. It's really kind of unbelievable because some of these guys, I don't really know who they are, and they have a lot of pugs.
Yeah. There's some people that got like over 300 pugs, right?
That's great.
There's a lot of we call them like diamond tier, and even in the gold tier, right? That's like 75, 100, like 50 or more pugs. Yeah, they're people that really believe in the dream, and it's actually surprising to me sometimes, like when I look and seeing all those people, because there's like 20 very very solid 25 or more, very solid collectors. And then there's, you got the really good collectors at the 50 mark. Like you just, it's surreal sometimes, but people, I think they feel the passion and they just like where the brand in what we're doing with the brand and where it's going. So at least that's what I think, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I always seem to be chasing you on this leaderboard. You're two ahead of me.
It's yeah. The funny thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, he has his own collection. Well, yeah, you know, I'm jumping in with you guys because I create something I want to, you know, but play with too. It's not like it. You know, I'm actually buying it from the community as well. So, you know, I think I only like set aside like a one or two for myself just to open them up on stream. But then I go in there and I try to collect them. I give some, you know, to the team for, you know, because my team, they do it out of the kindness of their heart. So shout out to, you know, to our team that's on, you know, the moderators. You've seen them before on Theta TV, and they're
Yeah.
on Discord. These guys are volunteering, and there's a couple gals that they volunteer, and they love the brand, and that's the brand itself comes again from the community. It's a passion project, and I'll keep saying it over and over again, and I hope that fire is able to kind of go through the podcast so you guys can feel it. You know, the new people that are like, you know what, should I jump into this drop? Should I not? You know,
I'm feeling it now.
there's a huge fault. Yo, Mags, you know, where's the fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Popper, before I forget, can I tell HGH something? You can listen too. I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll listen to him.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I don't mean this to be, this is not, this is a compliment. You know, like I've mentioned, like other people, they're gone. There's been some people that, you know, like, they're like, oh, I'm going full time Web3. And then they rug. And not everyone has, you know, comedy to fall back onto. I didn't even know that. It's amazing that you're putting the money aside for Battle Pugs for Battle Pugs. That's amazing. It's mind blowing.
It's a surprise. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, you know, I don't want to throw dirt there, but yeah, it's
Right.
like the reason, and you can think of it as like some people think of it, it's like a Kickstarter, right? You guys are jumping into the project because you believe in the project, and you know, these are the promises that they laid out, and you're like, okay, well, they're gonna follow through, right? But I mean, Data Drop people partner up with them, and you know, they have their prerequisites, but you know, at the end of the day, it's up to the project. And some people have bad intention. They can have like a whole business plan, and they say they're doing A, B, C, and D, and they can bet them to a certain point. But some people just vanish, or they give up, or their passion was really not the NFT or Web3. It was
Or their singing career is more important than actually providing something,
yeah,
you know, of value to the people buying their stuff.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
That was at Katy Perry.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. I got a Katy Perry or two, right?
Oh,
For
me too.
Yeah, and I don't want to throw shade on that. It's just like I just keep doing what you guys are doing. You know, is there drops or something else? Is there a concert ticket? Anything? You know, just. But I think that's like not a data thing. That's a more like whoever is behind that project, because it's, you know, they're supposed to be like decentralized, right? These projects are kind of vetted, and anyways, we can go down that story later. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it just sucks with you know, some of these projects that they just leave, and there's people that really love the projects. I think that's what they you know, they forget. There's people that are just waiting there, you know, like, and just like, hey, so are you going to do anything? Any challenges? Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed, like, challenge and airdrops, I honestly, I lost count because it's over 100 between airdrops and challenges that we've done with Battle Pugs. Continue to give, give, and give. I stopped counting after 100. There was too many digits after that. You know, it's like 130 or 125. I don't even know. Between that and other things that, like the shop, for example, will end up putting like in-game items for Sandbox. So I don't know if you're a metaverse guy, but you'll be able to use your points. I know it's not tokens, right? Yet this is points. However, you're going to be getting these in-game items, which you can sell, you know, if you really wanted to, because they have catalysts, so it has some value in the metaverse itself. So you can take those items and play wherever in the sandbox, or sell it on you know, on their side, OpenSea. So we'll be testing that out actually on Theta Drop. I probably shouldn't say that, but seeing how that works. It's like a redeemable. You guys know I use redeemable, like promo codes. So
Yeah.
Again, there's a reason for that, because guess what? My project won't be limited to anything because I'm using promo codes. I can use promo codes everywhere, you know, so I can give you from this, if my, you know, my Battle Pugs economy, if it grows past into Web 2, right, a little bit there or somewhere, like I can just keep adding to the shop, because it's my shop and I can keep giving you whatever it is, a merch and whatnot. I just keep feeding it through that. But still using Theta, right? At the end of the day, the battle pugs, holding them, that's how you get these points. And I'm just rewarding you guys and saying a thank you for being part of the project and believing in it.
And once again, Popper, I'm blown away again. That versus something that says you have X amount of points or coins that you can just look at and you can't do anything with. So once
Yes,
again,
these have utility already.
yeah, I'm blown away today.
I have a story on that. Like, there's a reason why I haven't done, the like a Battle Pugs coin or whatever, pug coin. It's because of that. Like, when you see my token at some point, if it comes out, like it'll be because there's an entire game behind it and it's released at the same time, right? Versus holding a token that you stake and the only thing to do is dump. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Right.
That people tend to do that. Yes, it has to have some value. Has to be something behind it to use it, not just hold it to hold it. I want to have that prepared, right? I'm about being proactive. Like, if you see that or I make an announcement, there's something coming behind that. Like, oh, this guy's got a game, a cosmetic, whatever it is behind me just posting. Like,
I can say for a fact that we've never, Popper, I don't think we've ever had him on a count up.
No.
Exactly. Because when I mention something, it's already done. I'm just mentioning it
That's
now.
the way.
Yeah.
My God.
That's the way it should be done, right? But again, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, this is the way,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. There was a recent challenge pug that you had out there, and I thought I was going to get it, and I didn't read the thing properly. It was an intense challenge, like a legendary, an epic, and a common of all from the same drop, right?
Oh, the Destroyer Pug.
Man.
Yeah.
That one I failed on. I was like, I went in there, I was like ready to claim it, and I was like, oh wait, what? I'm
Should have
not
gave me a
getting
rank.
this.
You're like, hey, no legendary, okay? No, I'm just kidding. It was once in a while you will see the curveball. Like for
Oh,
example,
yeah.
that battle pug had 4 arms. That's not normal, right? So you'll see like that'll be a little bit different. And by the way, the level up is disgusting. So like, even though it's a challenge, like some of these, like the level ups themselves, like common, rare, they all have like, okay, the common is the 2D plus a rares, you got some bling, and then so on and so forth. So that specific one is actually made to like a legendary status, even though it's just a challenge. But I made it to because it's the Destroyer Pugs. He's dancing around, so it's paying homage to Shiva or whatnot. It's just like you'll see kind of those. It'll be sometimes difficult, sometimes easy. The airdrops are real easy challenges, sometimes kind of like somewhere in the middle. But once in a while, like for the collectors that they're like, hey, I want something hard, like let me reach for something, you'll see. And you probably just missed it by that one, right? The epic or legendary.
Yeah, no, that I can't remember, but what I'm shocked is that there's 36 of them that were minted. That shocks me.
Yeah, those things get eaten up. Even the Theta drop team, they're like, wow. Sometimes, like they're like, what the heck? They just got like chewed up. And that's why I have to be careful on the numbers too. Like, okay, should I do like 25? No, that's not even enough, 50 max. Cause if we go past that, then we start, there's a balance, there's a beautiful balance that we want to make sure and it stays in within those numbers. So yeah, it's, surprises other people too. And they're the ones creating this for us.
Yeah. I also wanted to bring up you talked about the redemptions. There was recently the season 2 of the staking, the awards were sent out. Is that so I got a season 1 trophy and a season 2 trophy. Do I get to put those on my mantle someday?
Yeah. So like how it works is if you're in the top 50, you're going to get the actual NFT like emailed over to you, which is probably what you have, like a promo code that got shot and emailed to you. So you can claim that on Theta Drop.
Exactly.
If you got 51, you just have it on the site. So you have it both on the staking site, like as an accomplishment, like think of an accolade in a game. They have like a little symbol when I like, oh, cool, I have this on this day and whatever season. But yeah, the leaderboard on the staking site, that yeah, you have the trophy for now. Those again might be used for something else later on if you hold them, right? For those people that have been staking with us, that alone, that leaderboard is going to be continuously updated. I think I tested it out this time with like the in-game assets. Again, each asset is plugged in with something called a catalyst, and they have stats within the game. But we want to expand on that like even more. We just did a test this season too, but that leaderboard, well, you're as we grow, the rewards on that leaderboard are going to grow alongside, and you never know, that could be slowly testing like merch items and more, right? Maybe one day I can throw in a data content. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there, but that's the idea. And so, yes, your trophy will be used for something later. Yes.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, I really appreciate you coming by. Is there anything else that you wanted to hit on before we wrap this up?
No, I just want to say, thank you guys for having me. I know it's been a long time coming, and you guys, have brought it up a while back, and we've just been working. So anyone who's maybe interested after listening to the podcast, join up and join the Discord. You don't even have to buy a battle pug. You just join the Discord and say what's up. If you get involved with the battle pugs, you get a special channel, and cool, you can talk pug. But come and see the community, see what it's about. Give it a chance. I know that we all get into our tribes and like, nah, I'm not doing this, and I'm only staying Pines or Symbi or whatever. At the end of the day, we're all, we all have different visions for our project, and it's not exclusive, right? You can have some Theta, some T-Fuel, some Bitcoin or whatever, right? Just kind of diversifying. And again, I come from a place of wanting to create something that's fun for everybody. I have a huge passion, and just know that you guys come first and foremost in the front of my mind. Whenever I make a move, you guys are what I think about. And if it doesn't benefit you guys, I won't do it. Or if it's too negative on the other side where it just kind of feels funny, if it tugs on my heart, it's not going to happen. And it's my brand. It's I'm in full control. So just know, that I'll make sure that it goes on the right path. And again, thank you guys so much for allowing me to be here today.
Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate it. It was great having you, and you certainly, I've said it many times back in the day, and it's just like, when you get into these projects, a lot of times you're investing in a creator, and you are one of the better ones on Theta Drop as far as I'm concerned to invest in, because you, like you said, we didn't even know this part of it, but you're just reinvesting the funds that are created into the project and building the project that way, rather than trying to use the money from the community to fund a lifestyle, right? So we definitely see what you're doing. We definitely appreciate you, and we're awesome. Very glad that we could make this happen.
That's from both of us.
Thank you guys.
All right, man. Well, good luck with the drop coming up, guys. Let me see here. Quick math, if I can do it. So we got Friday, and it's going to be, looks like 6 p.m. Eastern?
Right. Yeah. 3 p.m. Pacific time.
There you go. Oh, yeah. And it says it right underneath.
Right on there.
All right. On that note, have a great night, guys, and get yourself some pugs.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, man.
Take care.
Later.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production
in association with Pam's Day Spa.